Now I again request Professor R.C. Mishra sir to facilitate Professor Balakrishnan Bali by presenting him a book. Now again I request Professor R.C. Mishra sir to facilitate Dr. Bhagesh Paliwal by presenting him a book. Thank you sir. Now I take this opportunity to present a brief introduction of our distinguished guest. Professor R.K. Tripathi sir is a distinguished professor in the field of commerce. He was head Department of Commerce, Lucknow University and Dean Faculty of Commerce. As an advisor, he managed various programs of study in management disciplines. About 40 students awarded for their PhD degree under his supervision and guidance. Member of almost all academic bodies of the university, system like Academic Council, Finance Committee, RDC and Board of Studies. Organized many seminars and conferences, authored many relevant and interesting books for the students of commerce and management. He is known as Encyclopedia of Accounting and Financial Management. He is also awarded with Sri Radha Krishnan Award and Pandit Srikant Mishra Memorial Award. It's my privilege to introduce Professor Balakrishnan Bali. He is renowned professor in the field of commerce, retired from Department of Commerce, AP University, Shimla. In his administrative experience, 3-time chairman, Department of Commerce, Dean Faculty of Commerce, member of various administrative bodies of the university like Academic Council, Finance Committee, RDC and Board of Study, member of the CDC of Commerce, UGC. He has completed 9 major and minor projects funded by various funding agencies. Professor Bali has published 3 books and 2 are under publication. 9 PhD research scholars and more than 30 MPhil research scholars in various awarded research degree. He has published more than 30 research papers in various national and international journals and also participated in national and international seminars and conferences as a resource person. His area of specialization is finance. Dr. Bhagesh Paliwal completed his PhD from Gurukul Kamri University, Haridwar. Presently serving in the same university. He published 1 book and another book is under preparation. He has published research paper in reputed journal and present research paper in national and international conferences. Dr. Paliwal is the institutional member of various professional bodies and also the advisor to T-Series Industries. Now I request and hand over the session to Professor R.K. Tripathi sir for further proceedings.
Very good afternoon to all of you present here in the hall. In this session of a special lecture by Professor Bali from Himachal University, I welcome you all. And also I welcome Professor Bali for delivering the special lecture on the most burning issue of conference, the contemporary issues in commerce education. I also welcome Dr. Bhagesh Paliwal from Gurukul Kamri. He will be the co-chairperson here in this session. And without delaying the proceedings, I will request Professor Bali to deliver his special lecture on the subject.
Professor Tripathi and Paliwal chairing this session. I am very thankful to Uttarakhand University who gave me this opportunity to share my experience with you. And Professor Mishra, whatever is stated in the inaugural session, it appears there is some sort of telepathy between me and you. I am also of the same opinion, and moreover, I am discussing the same issues, but in a slightly different manner. Now, if we go through the vision document 2030, then Government of India states that India will be the youngest state in the world. Second state says 1 in every 4 graduates will be the product of the Indian universities in the world. And this, they are going to introduce 3-tier system in the universities and improving the teacher-student ratio and using the IT technology, etc. Now this sentence, 1 in every 4 graduates will be from the Indian universities. This statement seems very difficult. If we try to evaluate, then we have to evaluate what is the present status of higher education in India. I am especially stressing on the commerce education. Now in the commerce education, we start from 10 plus 2, then is graduation, then is post-graduation. In 10 plus 2, there are 2 papers. One is business studies, second one is financial accounting. When a student passes the 10 plus 2 and goes to the undergraduation, then in undergraduation, the admission procedure is from arts, or science, or commerce, everyone is eligible for that. So that means 2 papers, whatever is taught in the plus 2 level, again it is a repetition in the BCom level. Then the BCom papers, if you see, when a student passes the BCom and passes on to the MCom, then again science students and arts students, they are also eligible for that. So that means again we have to start accounting from raw. Business grad from raw, complete law from raw. That means all the syllabus of BCom, again it is repeated in MCom. And that's why what Mishra ji said, that in BCom and MCom, management accounting paper, the same question appears. Where is the fault of the university? It is the fault of the teaching community. Because we are not maintaining our standards. At higher education, we should raise the standard, whereas at BCom level, and the same level is repeated here. And if you go through the books, you will find all the MCom students, they are studying the same books which are used at BCom level. And at MCom level, when the evaluation system comes, attempt any 5 questions. That means whatever you have studied at BCom level, that knowledge is sufficient to pass out, because 5% you will get out of that. So that means what additional input we are giving at MCom level. Either you stop entry to the other discipline in MCom level, only BCom people they are eligible for that. Then it is possible to increase or enhance the syllabus. Otherwise, it is not possible to enhance the syllabus for that. Otherwise, it will be a repetition for that. Now coming to the, after this admission procedure, then coming to the second aspect, that is course curriculum. In the case of course curriculum, we say commerce is a business education. Language of business. If it is so, if we say that I am teaching driving in the classroom on the blackboard from the last 2 months, here is the steering, accelerator, brake, clutch, here is the carburetor, here is the radiator, and how the system functions. That means even if I give training for 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, and I say to the student, go and drive the car on a national highway, will it be possible you can drive the car? That means theory and practice too much. Commerce is a practical subject, but we are teaching in theory. That's why this gap is coming up. Now how this gap is to be reduced? Again, we teachers are responsible for that. It's not the fault of the students or anybody else. We are the members of the board of studies. We are the members of the academic council. We are the members in the Senate. Why don't we raise this issue at that time? Similarly, if you see that to the commerce student, if I simply pass on balance sheet, profit and loss account of last 2 years, and I ask the student, prepare the break-even point of this company, I don't think any student can prepare the break-even point. Reason being, we are providing input to the students in the numericals. These figures are relevant for computing the break-even point. And use this figure, addition, subtraction, compute the break-even point. But when we are having large number of inputs, what is relevant input for taking this decision? BCom student, RMCom student is not in a position to find out this information from a huge data. So that means some sort of lacking in this part. Or from the balance sheet, if I say to the MCOM students, what should be the credit policy of this company? Or what should be the operating cycle? What should be the working capital management in this company? What policy should be followed? I don't think he can give you the answer. That means MCOM is purely numerical oriented. Solve the numericals, get the answer, 82%, 90%. But when it comes to the practical world, then we badly flopped. That means there is a gap in theory. And sometimes it is said that why don't you have commerce labs? I've seen the students of the commerce department and asked them, go and please prepare a draft. Sir, how to fill out the form? That is simple question. What is the difference between debit card, credit card? They don't know. That means in theory and practice there is too much of gap in this way. Now, business world wants that knowledge is separate part, but skill which are needed for decision making, for problem solving, these are needed. And these skills can be inculcated only through case studies or role playing or through business games. This is possible. But this way of teaching, it is not possible. It is not done in the commerce class. Whereas in the MBA level, this case discussion role is playing a very important role. But this method of teaching is not followed in the commerce department. Initially, I joined the university in 1975 in MBA department. Then Vice Chancellor asked me in 1992 to go to the commerce department and establish it. Then I went to the commerce department. I tried to make all these changes in the commerce department. Immediately, Director Correspondence Courses complained me to the Vice Chancellor. He said, "Isme hamari dukaan band kar." You know what the hell? Only on the basis of 8 papers you are awarding a MCOM degree. What course content you are teaching? Tell me the difference between BCom and MCOM course content. It is 90% of the course it is not. So how you are awarding this degree? They said that how to pay the salary to the staff. Because correspondence course is a money spinner. I have visited all the northern universities. Same thing is happening in Kurukshetra University, MDU, Rohtak, then is Guru Jumneshwar University, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, then is Punjabi University, Patiala. Salaries are paid out of the correspondence courses. That means for running this show, if the large number of students they come to the correspondence courses, it is a money spinner for the university. So that's why that is one of the reasons in the state universities why the MCOM courses they were not upgraded. And you will find more or less the same situation is coming in MBA department also. Every nook and corner you will find MBA, MBA, MBA. When it was run in the state universities, in 1975, I know when I did my MBA, at that time 130 universities, they were running these courses. And 60 seats per university. 130 multiplied by 60. This is the total output in India. That means there was scarcity of MBA people at that time. When your course is relevant, it is scarce, it has a value. If every university starts running this course, too much of supply is there. Because everybody cannot maintain the same standard. If you cannot maintain the same standards like IIM or FCM or some other best institutions, then who is going to provide the job? You will find most of the MBA students now, they are getting salary of 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, so and so. That means they are in the same position nowadays. Now, one more experience I wanted to share with you regarding the CDC. It's a body of the UGC. That is Course Curriculum Development Council. Now UGC, this CDC is responsible for maintaining the course curriculum throughout India. In commerce education, in 1995, near about that, this CDC meeting was held. I was member of that meeting. And we we have 3 meetings, one in Tirupati, the second is Udaipur and in Delhi. In these meetings, everybody stated so many high things. And later on we came to know that he said, sir, HR should be introduced in commerce. The other fellow says, marketing should be introduced. This paper should be introduced. Later on it came to know that all these are author of different books. They said they want to sell their books in that. They were wanted to modify. And in the end, in Delhi, then we decided, we have taken the view of all these people, now we will not take into consideration anything. Then we designed the course ourselves. And the UGC said 80% course should be same throughout India and 20% variation can be allowed as per the state university. You can do it. So in this way, there is some common platform. But we should reach to that body, UGC, sir, try to modify this one. Only then it is possible, otherwise it is not possible in this way. Professor Mishra quoted that accounting, CA is our competitor. Cost accounting, RCW is my competitor. For HR or for marketing, MD is my competitor. We are producing MCOM for which job? Either they are going for teaching or they are going for clerical work. So what we are producing, what product industry wants, what we are producing, we never did any introspection. So the responsibility lies on we people. We can't blame to the others. It is our fault in that. Now, if you take into consideration that from 1960-70 onward, large number of state universities, they started MBA. And in MBA, the main focus was what? On decision making, or skill development. How to apply a theory in the practical world. This was the main focus. And that's why the MBA people, they grew. That was the right time for the commerce people to think why commerce discipline is going down, why MBA is going up. But commerce people, they never change their syllabus or outline. So Professor Chatterjee in the morning, they rightly said, घर बदला, दोस्त बदले, सब कुछ बदला, अपने आप को बदला. If you don't change yourself, why you are blaming today? It's your fault. And now it is again a time or opportunity is given to the university. If you see the environment, business environment, it's a great opportunity to the commerce. Say e-commerce, e-banking, e-merchandise, e-investment, entrepreneur resource planning, ERP, all these things are available in the market. But we are not introducing it. Still, we are sleeping. So this is a great opportunity to explore that in the coming years, this e-commerce or internet or this information technology and commerce, this integration will be the future. If this is the future, try to integrate this IT knowledge in the commerce and change your service accordingly. Only then you can survive, otherwise you can't survive. Because in the market world, I have done AMCOM. AMCOM means accounting. They simply say you are accounting or nothing else.
I have one question, sir.
Now, next issue was raised regarding the central administrative services and state administrative services. The course curriculum in these central IAS or in the state administrative services, this course outline in the commerce case is very lengthy. Nobody can pass in the exam if anybody will go out for commerce. That means even the MCOM students,